Welcome.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Is anybody listening? Well, not right now because we're not live.
This joke has got to end at some point.
It's not a joke.
Is it?
I want to know if anybody is listening to this podcast.
There's no way for us right now in real time to know because we are pre-recording it.
We are pre-recording.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Maybe one day it'll be live. The technology is available, I believe. I know it exists. Yeah. So if you're hearing this, that means that this podcast does in fact exist. So
glad we got that out of the way, Joanna.
Yes.
Glad we got that out of the way.
And it couldn't exist without you.
You like the viewer or you like
the
me?
Viewer, the people listening to it.
You were looking at me when you said it.
I know I was looking at you, but it also couldn't exist without you.
Yeah, no shit.
It couldn't exist without you and you.
Or the main homie Brian back
Brian, our producer. Hi, Brian.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Brian, do you spell your name with an I or a Y?
I spell it with an I correctly.
Okay, that you spell it correctly. You're right. I dated somebody who spelled it with a Y, and he was psychotic.
The worst people. Worst people spell Brian with a Y.
So far, I only know one Brian with a Y, and he sucks. So
there you go.
1 for 1.
You're in the clear. Yeah. Glad we got that out of the way, too.
We got that out of the way. Phew,
we're knocking out all of the burning questions that people have.
Yeah, we're good. What's been going on with you? As you can see, I'm wearing a dog collar
and
another necklace. I'm also wearing a studded belt that I've had since high school. Yeah.
So did you want to know what's going on with me or did you want to just talk about your clothes?
Oh.
Because you said what's going on with you and then you immediately just started to give me the play-by-play. But why don't we do this, Joanna? Why? Why on earth are you dressed like a, 2004 era Hot Topic angst-filled punk rock youth? Why? You are 42 years old. What the hell is going on? What is going on?
Because tonight I'm going to see Blink-182. Oh. So I thought that I should bring out my studded belt. Every time I've moved or done, anything in the past 20 years, not anything. Okay. Every time I've moved in the past 20 years, which is many times, I've lived in many, many places over the past 20 years. I'm always like, you go through all your clothes and stuff. Like, do I need this or do I throw it away? Do I need this or do I throw it away? And the studded belt always comes up and I'm just like, do I still need this? And every time I think about it, I'm like, yes, I still need this. I will never be too old for this studded belt. And I thought today was the perfect opportunity to wear it. So if you're someone out there who holds on to their studded belt, and no matter where I've gone or what I've done in life, the studded belt seems to have a place. So the moral of the story is never throw away your studded belt.
Okay, well, I guess I fucked that up.
Did you throw away yours?
Joanna, we've been together for 12 years.
You're right. I've never seen you wear one. Did you ever own one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Phew. Come on. In high school, all my T-shirts down at the waist had holes in them. You know how, because if you wear your studded belt all the time, that it rips little holes in them.
You're right.
And it looks like moths have attacked the bottom ring of your shirt. But really, that's how you know who was like rocking the studded belts.
Yeah. No, I had a studded belt that was taped together with like duct tape and stuff. I did when I was vegan. I had like a vegan studded belt. That one fell apart, but this one was real leather.
Okay.
This one has lasted over the years.
So how many times have you seen Blink-182? Is this your first time, Joanna?
No, I think it's my 4th time. My 4th time. Okay. But the last time I saw them was, so I'm taking my sister to see Blink-182 tonight, who is today, turning 36 years old. And the last time I took her to see Blink-182, it was her 16th birthday 20 years ago. So
well, tis tradition, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess once every 20 years. So that was the last time I saw Blink-182. Also, I want everyone to know this is an actual dog collar meant for a dog. This is not like a choker. And when I was in high school, you
didn't buy it from Claire's or like Forever.
No, I didn't.
Forever 21.
It is from Dior.
Oh,
However,
God.
it was from the Dior section for dogs. And true story,
so it's
I was
a rich dog collar.
Yes,
it's a collar for rich dogs.
Yes, a collar, and I was actually going to get this collar for our lovely dog Ramona for Christmas. You know, Ramona these days she's a little large. She's put on a few pounds in her older age. She is beautiful. I'm not fat shaming our dog. I'm just saying she's a little older, so she doesn't move as much. So she's put on a few pounds.
Don't lie. Don't try to make it about that. You saw the choker.
No, they didn't have it in her size.
You saw the dog collar, and you were like, "That's going to look better on me."
They didn't have it in her size, and I wanted it.
Got it.
So I bought it for myself. Look, it's a little too expensive.
It's $450 fucking
for a dog, but not that bad for a 42-year-old person's necklace. I mean, a Cartier necklace would be, I don't know, $20,000 or something.
But who
I don't
can
really know.
afford
I've never bought one.
That's insane.
I mean, some not
fine, like
whatever.
50 people in the world can afford that.
But
Great.
whatever.
For the rest of us,
okay, but I still mean to find the collar in Ramona's size and get it for her. I think the collection was only available for Christmas. Anyway, but in high school, I used to always go to Petco and buy dog collars.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah.
Because it was cheaper.
It was well, also, this was before Hot Topic was even a store. I mean, this was pre-Hot Topic. BH. You know, they say
BH?
BC. You know, they say BC.
Whoa.
BHT.
Okay.
BHT.
Got it. Before our topic. Got it.
Anyway, Blink-182.
The punkest of punk bands.
Well, you know, they're just iconic. Okay, maybe they're not the punkest of all the punk bands.
Look, I am a huge fan.
Right.
Joanna, let me just stop you for a minute. I'm from San Diego.
Yeah.
And Blink-182 is from San Diego.
It's
so I've been going to see Blink-182 since, I'm not kidding, probably I think the first time I saw them was 97, maybe 98, something along those lines. Mm-hmm. And
at the first
like the first
Warped
time
tour?
Well, no, they're from San Diego, so I used to go see them in little all ages clubs and shit as a youth. And so I'm a fan. I'm speaking out of love for the band.
Yeah.
And I've probably seen Blink 30 times or something at this point, and almost all of those were
I'm not
pre 2003. You know.
yeah, I'm not from the West Coast. I'm from the East Coast.
You're definitely.
I think the first time I saw them was on. I can't remember if it was the actual first Warped Tour or second or third or something. I could look that up.
So yeah.
Anyway, we're old. Cool. That's basically what we're telling you about. However, we actually talked about something on one of our first dates. Blink-182 for both of us, I believe, is how we saw our first porn star. Or I know the first.
Oh.
Yeah, the first time I remember. Enema of the State, when it came out, I remember telling a friend, wow, that girl is so beautiful. Is she like a model or something?
For the uninitiated, Enema of the State was the title of an album Blink-182 released.
Oh my God, if you don't know that, what, I don't,
And on that cover.
Get out, just stop listening to this show.
And on that cover was a gorgeous woman in a nurse's outfit. And she had a latex glove, I believe, and was, there it is. And kind of snapping it and giving you that like come hither and let me fuck you, but also I'm going to fist your butthole.
Yes.
And it's the first time I also ever saw a porn star where, outside of porn, I guess.
Well, I mean, for me, I did not. I mean, this is so crazy.
And for those of you who don't know who the model they used, Janine.
Yes.
Janine. One word. Janine.
But
iconic. Late 90s.
Yeah.
Am I correct here?
Or maybe more like early 2000s.
Late 90s, early 2000s. Porn star, and yeah.
Right. But I to show you what a different time it was. I remember saying, "Wow, that girl on the cover is so beautiful. Is she a model or something? Or is she one of the guys in the band's wife?" Yeah. And my friend said, "No, she's a porn star." And I literally remember saying, "What is a porn star?" I did not even know what a porn star was. That's
I knew they existed.
Yeah, I didn't know,
but
they
I
existed.
didn't know it.
Like I knew porn existed, but I didn't like know people had like favorites. I didn't know people. I didn't know, and
No.
I feel like I'm lying by telling this, but anyway.
Yeah, no, I believe you. I mean, that was the first time I ever knew the name of like, I as a young horny adolescent.
So she was probably your
I
first...
would flip through magazines,
Right.
I would like find things to look at, pornographic stuff. But I didn't know, I didn't know who they were. They were just kind of, nude images. And Janine was the first porn star that I ever was like, that's Janine. And I could point
Like
her,
before...
I could pick her out of a lineup. I had never typed in someone's like name before searching on the
Right.
internet. And, this
was before you could even search.
No, you could search. There's porn, Joanna. There was porn on the internet before Pornhub.
Yeah, but was it searchable?
Look, I'm just telling you, like Google and shit. I'd be like Janine porn star and see what would come up. And I had never done that ever for an adult star before. So thank you, Janine, and thank you, Blink-182, for bringing together the two great loves of my life, music and porn.
Yeah, I remember, sometime after that, I went into a porn store with a guy I was dating, and I went up to the counter and I said, "Do you guys have any movies with Janine?"
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh yeah, over there."
Of course we do.
Yeah, I don't know, and I thought
half the store.
I felt like like a person who was like walking into a record store and trying to like name drop, like do you have any like B-sides of the Sex Pistols? I don't know.
Except the person you're name dropping was like the biggest star. So
I didn't even intend to buy a movie. I just wanted everyone there to know that I knew who Janine was. I don't really know. So it was the first. Pretty funny. So that was our first.
Brian, what was your first like? Did you ever like as you were growing up have like a porn star with it, like that was the first one for you, and you like remember a name or anything like that?
No, I think when I was a kid, it was like my first introduction to all that was like the wrestling chicks going into Playboy.
Okay.
I was like, oh man, that's crazy. And then you spend like 9 hours downloading a picture.
Yeah.
And
you had to work for it.
And it only goes like from top to bottom, like little bar by bar.
Kind of like an old printer.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
And then you just gotta hope nobody like calls.
But the nice thing about
dial-up modem.
The one nice thing about the way those pictures used to load is, by the first like third of it, you would be like, all right, I'm over this picture, and you could just get out, or you'd commit to it, so you could see enough to know if you wanted to still wait for the painfully slow download to continue.
Right. Yeah. I guess I didn't do that. I would just I guess go to a video
porn
store and name drop,
Okay, well, we all have our methods.
But kind of funny because, just a couple weeks ago, I worked with a newer guy in the industry. I think he's 22, 21. Anyway, he said I was the first person he ever
you were his Janine.
I guess I was his Janine, so it's pretty funny. Years later, I met Janine. She's lovely. I actually believe, from what I've seen, she's not like, she retired from porn for a while, and then a long time ago she retired, but she's not. I wouldn't say she's back by any, but I know she does OnlyFans. I see her link to her OnlyFans.
So
on
she's
Twitter
alive
sometimes.
And she does OnlyFans.
Yeah, she does OnlyFans. What she does on there, I don't really know, but maybe we should join. Let's join.
Let's join Janine's
Let's
OnlyFans.
give it back.
We love you, Janine.
We love you, Janine.
You are a legend, and you have inspired both of us.
You've inspired. Yes, you are the hottest girl I've ever seen.
Mark, Tom, and
life.
Travis, you're all right too. You're all right too.
I'll be thinking of you tonight.
And I'll side shout out Matt Skiba, because he did play in Blink
for a few years,
for a couple years,
yeah.
And I love Alkaline Trio. I actually liked the record that they made with Matt a lot. But the classic lineup is Mark, Tom, and Travis.
Yeah. So I'm seeing the OG.
All right. Well, I will not be there with you tonight.
You won't be there.
I
yeah.
will be DJing at a dive bar in Brooklyn.
Yes.
So I'll be playing 80s music for older people while you go.
No, there's going to be all older people at the show
It's
too.
true.
If there's younger people at the show, it's going to be
Kids. It'll be the children.
The children,
children,
and they're going to be like, "Mom and Dad, you always make me listen to Blink 182." Like I don't. It's not young people's music
Isn't it
anymore.
weird how like Blink is like boomer music now?
That's like Bob Dylan. Like when I grew up, I listened to my dad's records, like Bob Dylan and the Beatles and stuff.
Well, at least those were
Blink
good.
182.
I mean, my effing dad was a preacher, so I just got to listen to Jesus music all the time.
Yeah.
Which actually, to be totally fair, the gospel. I grew up in a like a Baptist evangelical, aka crazy, upbringing. Extremely religious, but gospel music fucking slaps. And
That's true. It does.
I still love to hear like good gospel music. But
You ever hear For Today?
Wait, who's that?
It's a death metal. It's a Christian death metal.
Oh,
band.
but I know about Stryper, the OGs of Christian hair metal. To hell with the devil. Don't even get me started.
I mean, I know like Cradle of Filth, and
That's
that's
not
not
Christian.
gospel. It's
The
not
others-
Christian.
Yeah, at all.
Oh no, but they burn.
They burned Christians.
They burn.
Anyway, you got to listen to Bob Dylan and the Beatles, and I got to listen to cool gospel and other terrible Christian music.
No, but gospel music is. I mean, I could not name any. However, when I ran the New York Marathon in November, when we ran through Harlem, there was a church in Harlem that did their Sunday service outside, so all the marathon runners could hear and it actually was like beautiful. I started crying. I was like, at this point, and then that's like at mile.
Were you really crying?
I did.
Or
I
you just
teared
sang
up.
that
No,
for-
I'm not joking. I actually teared up. I mean, it was like mile
That's
20.
cute. That's
mile 21, I think, actually.
So you may have just been hallucinating.
Yeah,
from
and to
20
hear
miles of running.
hear this beautiful like gospel music right there, I was like, I will,
God is real.
I don't think Jesus cares very much about me. I'm Jewish and a whore, but I'll take it right now. At mile 21, I felt a connection with whatever was going on. Anyway, it was really beautiful. So
Lovely.
that's my experience with the gospel music.
That's quite touching.
Yeah, quite touching. Anyway, we rambled on. I hope you are all really. I hope you Blink 182 fans out there. And that's why I'm wearing a dog collar. Anyway, let's see. To talk about today or other things other than Blink 182. This week on OnlyFans, I actually just yesterday I had to catch up on a whole bunch of dick ratings. Dick ratings, I call them.
Joanna, what's a dick rating?
A dick rating. Well, people do send me pictures of their cock with a fee to my OnlyFans, and then I make a video and I give it a rating. And sometimes
is this a 1 to 10?
I do give it a 1 to 10.
1 being not
yeah,
like,
I've actually
like something is wrong,
I have
bro.
given negatives before.
Ooh,
I have given
That's
negatives.
cruel.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, they were into that.
Sometimes they're into that. And sometimes they just deserve it.
Let's talk about a negative dick.
You want me to tell a
yeah.
negative one? I was going to actually say that yesterday I caught up because I do leave the dick ratings like I let them pile up a little bit and then I knock them all out at once, Like I actually call it my porn homework. I was going to say yesterday, everybody's dick was so big. However, I have given negative dick reviews before.
Like less than 0.
Yeah, I have given less than 0. I don't do it very often.
Tell me about a -2 dick.
A -2 dick. Okay. Yeah. So a dick that is not hard.
No, not like talk about one specifically that
one
you gave a
specifically.
-2 and you were so revolted. It couldn't even have been 0. It had to be
and
negative.
he didn't ask for it because sometimes that's a whole different thing. People want to be insulted. Okay, I'm going to tell you one that was really bad. I mean, it was not hard, first of all, which is really offensive. It's like this is your opportunity to send your favorite porn star or porn star whose OnlyFans you subscribe to. So that if I'm not your favorite, I got to be, so you got to like me a little bit. I don't know. and you don't even get your dick hard. I don't like that. So it was A, not hard. B, not groomed at all. Hair everywhere, all over the place. Like I always say to these,
like a little Vienna sausage poking its way out of a bush.
It was super hairy. And I don't mind a little hair, but I'm just saying there was no effort put into it, no effort. And then, I couldn't even tell. He could have been a grower and not a shower. But it looked very small.
How would you know?
It looks, how would I know? Because it wasn't even hard.
Because he didn't send you two. He didn't send you like, yo, here's the real me, and then here's the me.
It wasn't hard. Yeah, exactly. So how do I even know how big it is? Yeah.
First impressions.
Yeah, so, and he was kind of holding on to it. So like maybe he tried to think.
Fall off of his body.
Yeah. Like maybe he thought maybe he was squeezing it to try to make it hard, but it was not hard at all. And then, okay, so it was not hard.
This
it was
is unpleasant.
hairy.
This is very unpleasant.
Okay, also, the room, a mess. A fucking mess. There was trash in the background.
Okay, so this is where we go from 0 to negative, I feel like. Because you're born with what you're born with.
And I'm not even comfortable saying it because it's so gross, but like I may as well say it. He was like standing there and like his underwear was pulled down and there was like a poop stain on his underwear. I can't even believe I just said that. I was going to leave that detail out, but I felt like I had to include it.
This is me
like,
giving
a
big sigh.
Do that? And I try to imagine, like, okay, let's say, imagine if, like, I had the opportunity to send a naked picture to, like, someone I'm a fan of, like Trent Reznor or something, and that just doesn't exist. You don't even get the opportunity to pay to send a photo of yourself to someone, to Trent Reznor, as far as I know.
Unless he starts that OnlyFans.
Right. So, imagine if I had that opportunity and I spent the money.
You would think that
I may as well, I don't need to say what I charge here. Yes, I would get my makeup done. I would get my hair done. I would go to the spa. I would get whacked. I would put in so much effort into that, So, yeah.
So to all you fellas out there, all you dick owning humans, if you hop on that OnlyFans and your favorite stars like show me that D baby, take note. Take note from a pro tips. Hair's cool, but maybe groom. Just groom.
Trim
you cut
little.
the hair on top of your head right. You fucking
Exactly.
trim your beard. Get that shit down there.
Like do whatever you would do if you were gonna go on a date and get laid.
It seems like that guy. That's what he was gonna do.
He was gonna go on a date.
Well, no, like clearly, if he's sending you these images and you are a big famous porn star, maybe you know what? Maybe he's trying to do the reverse psychology. Like I just want her to see the real me. Like,
maybe.
And
you know what? I gotta respect that. I get it.
Do you though? Do we have to respect that?
I think the real you.
I don't want to see the real him.
Maybe the problem is then he should change the real him a little bit. He needs like Queer Eye for the Straight guy to come over and like help him take a dick pic.
So don't be yourself.
If that is yourself, there's then maybe like clean your room a little. I am not, but
clean the room.
I am by no means a neat freak at all.
No,
but come on.
But you are a size queen. So you got to have one of the, if you have a little dick, that room better be clean. Your shit better be groomed,
creative.
And you better not have no skid marks in your drawers.
I think skid marks are not acceptable, no matter what.
I mean, unless
I don't even like saying it. I'm uncomfortable just saying the word. I don't even.
All right, let's move on to a sexier. I don't like this. I'm uncomfortable. I feel like Brian's uncomfortable.
I'm reliving this,
and I can't even see him.
I gave him a negative 10 million.
That seems like a little low.
I don't even. All right, cool.
I invented a new number.
Got it. Man, okay.
So, but that was I think it was like about a year ago. But yeah, I have to say the other day, all the dicks I got were like super nice. It was really great, really big dicks in well lit rooms. Or just like well groomed dicks. And they were nice.
The world is crazy. I don't even.
Do you know that I got a dick rating once? And he asked me to say that his dick was nicer than yours. He asked me to say
He brought me into the
brought you
equation.
into it.
Ooh, all right, okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Did you charge him more for that?
What?
You're like, if this is like a threesome
That's
conversation.
private information that I discuss only with my
with your
my
specials,
clients.
with your VIPs.
But I did it.
Well,
And
you
you know what?
know,
It was a nice dick. It was a close call.
I am not so arrogant that I think my dick is the best, and I know it's not the biggest. So
This guy's was,
you know
was
what?
pretty
Like,
good.
cool. Like if you're packing, good on you. Good on you.
Yeah. So how does that make you feel that I sat there
I'm
while
very.
you were watching TV downstairs in our bedroom upstairs, and I was like, "Baby, this cock is so much nicer."
I'm
than small
so
hands."
glad
And
I was watching TV and not being a part of this madness. Better you than me. Better
You're not
you
jealous.
than me. No.
I want
No.
you to be jealous.
You what? Oh, Joanna, it's going to take much different things than that
Damn
to
it.
make me jealous.
I'm gonna run away with him.
Have fun in his
I have to go
in
remember
his
his name.
clean,
First, though.
well-groomed big dick room.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it in my past messages.
Oh boy.
Run
Okay.
away with it. But speaking of dicks and nice dicks, you and Owen Gray have dicks. Not only do you have dicks, there are moldings of your penises available that Doc Johnson made.
It's true.
Yours has been available for a few years now. Owen's just became available. And in order to celebrate Owen's penis, there was an event at the Museum of Sex.
Here in New York.
Here in New York
City.
that you and Owen just did.
that
and
was,
I was not there. So
You were out of town.
I was out of town. And I thought
So-
maybe it was better that I wouldn't be there because I know that some of your fans want to have special time with you and Owen.
Yeah.
And maybe I would be, I don't know, they didn't want, I know a lot of your fans like me, but there's a lot of them that don't, and that's fine. They don't have to, that's
It's
fine.
not that they don't. It's not that they dislike you. They would
yeah,
just
I get
prefer to act as if you don't exist.
Right, that's totally fine. They are entitled to that, just like I am entitled to have a love affair with this guy with the nice penis, whose penis is nicer
Than
than
mine.
yours. Yes.
Got it. No, this is all fair play.
This is all fair
Absolutely.
play. Right. So anyway,
Was there a question anywhere?
how did the event go?
The event went great, Joanna. It was super fun. Thank you to the staff at the Museum of Sex in New York for being so accommodating.
Did you get to walk
Thank
around
you.
the museum at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Did you and Owen go in the nipple bounce house together?
No, but we hit the stripper pole together.
Oh yeah.
We did a little. We treated our fans who were there to a very brief 20-second dual male stripping that we didn't take our clothes off and there was no music to, and that was what we did. Other than sign autographs and take pictures and all the boring stuff. There's a fly in the studio, and I'm gonna punch it. I'm gonna punch that fly. Anyway, no, but everyone at Doc Johnson showed up, and it was great. It was a great event, super fun.
Yeah. You and Owen Gray have a very special friendship, I think.
We do.
I think it's beautiful, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's not just it's not like a PR put together friendship.
No, oh
like,
my God, no. Me and Owen have been friends for years now, like 7, 8 years, something like that. I mean, we met on set of what I believe was Satanic Gangbang number 12 in a dungeon up in San Francisco.
Meet on one of my sets
Nope.
before that. But I think that was the first time you worked together.
Oh God!
Wasn't-
Well,
whatever,
now I look like a liar, Joanna.
No,
God
whatever.
damn
It doesn't
it.
matter. The first time your penises were out
Together.
Yes. Was in a satanic gangbang.
Correct.
In
Up
San Francisco.
yes.
And a beautiful friendship formed.
Yes.
But anyway, do you want to tell anyone anything about your beautiful friendship with Owen? Or would you rather
Do you have a question for me, Joanna?
Okay. Why?
No, I don't want to. Me and Owen's relationship and
I
our love
understand.
is for us. So no, I don't want to just give it all away.
Okay, then how about
A little mystery.
What did you and Owen do together the last time that you went to LA and shot for him?
We had a lot of
Why don't
sex
you
with a lot of
describe-
girls.
I know everyone knows that. Why don't you describe the day? So I know a lot, when you go and shoot for Owen in LA, you share an Airbnb together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why wouldn't I? We're
it's not-
brothers. We're best friends.
I understand. It's pretty common on a work trip. You know, you stay in a hotel and you go to set. This is like a very unique situation, you know, because he's from out of town and you're from out of town and you both share a place. That's not common even on porn trips.
No, it's not.
So why
it's
don't
not
you-
common to sleep over in the same room that you're fucking in.
Yes. With the person that you're, well, not fucking, the person that
Fucking
you're-
alongside.
Yeah, with one of your scene partners. It's not common. Why don't you take us through a day in the life of Aaron and Owen on the day of a shoot?
Well, it's not as exciting as you might think, or maybe it is, but me and Owen get up. We usually actually Owen makes me coffee. He makes coffee for both of us. And I kind of like, you know, clean up the space a little bit.
Is it a
and-
Keurig or like ground coffee?
No, it's
Is there a certain-
it's a fucking, you know, Owen is
So is Owen a coffee
Owen is a
snob?
symbol of quality. So he does the French drip, the slow.
Okay, so Owen gets up in the morning and he makes you coffee
Correct.
from a French strip.
Yeah, and then we usually
A French press or a French?
who
Okay,
cares?
all right. Is it like the cone shaped thing?
I don't know. He makes it.
Is it the
I
cone
drink
or
it.
is it like the press?
Do you want to hear about my day, or do you want
I
to?
do.
Just...
I'm trying to visualize.
It's a-
I'm really into coffee, so
It's one of them single thing. I don't know. You put the shit in and it drips and it drips.
Okay.
I'm not very fancy.
All right.
I don't know how to articulate
okay, but
it.
he
Like,
makes you
He makes me coffee.
gourmet coffee.
Yes.
Okay.
You good on the coffee? Can we move past the coffee?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, I'm good. I'm good now.
So then we usually like lightly work out a little bit, you know, yoga, stretches. I'm more of a runner, so I usually hit the streets and go for a jog, and he kind of stays up and stays up in the room and does his push-ups or whatever. And then
Before the scene.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going
okay.
in order.
Going in order.
Going in
Okay,
order.
let's
Stop interrupting me. I'll give you the whole thing.
Okay.
So we work out,
Mm-hmm.
and then we discuss who's coming over, what time, and kind of like the routine is always the same because we don't film movies with plots or anything,
Right. Yeah.
or like weird costumes.
Yeah.
So literally, it's almost like Groundhog Day, only there's a different girl in between us. And so this routine I'm describing here is what we basically do every time we shoot.
Right.
So we work out. We both eat a little breakfast.
Lightly, you said. You
Light,
work out
yeah,
lightly.
because you don't want to
Stretches,
burn out
yeah,
all
you don't
your
wanna burn out,
energy
yeah.
before you fuck. So it's a light workout. We eat breakfast. Usually it's something pretty boring and healthy.
Like what? What did you?
Like I eat just some fresh fruit. I don't eat much before I film, but
Right.
just enough to keep me on, like some trail mix. Owen usually will make himself some sort of dish, some sort of egg dish, if you will.
Does he make you your breakfast?
No,
Okay.
because we have different
different things.
diet routines
Okay.
in the morning.
Okay. So breakfast, you're both.
So then, yes.
coffee he makes for you.
Yes.
Breakfast.
Got
it.
So then I think this is not exciting. but-
I
Okay.
I actually think it's exciting, and I guarantee
Well,
you.
and then-
you know, who cares if other people think it's exciting or
Okay,
not?
so
I'm excited.
Got it. So then after that, it's usually like the girl will show up usually around noon. And
Okay.
so by now it's like 10:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll really clean a little bit more. You know, like we both showered, not together, but separately.
But there's only one shower.
So
Who
we take,
goes first?
It varies.
Okay.
Just whoever. That is a free for all.
Okay.
And so then once we're showered and kind of dressed, then we'll both like disinfect and clean this. Now it's a set. Now it's not an Airbnb anymore
Okay.
or a hotel or whatever. We'll disinfect the room and clean it and like the area we're having sex with. And he'll set up lights and we'll kind of just make sure everything is dialed in on the set. And I'll put on like some music. I DJ usually. Like when the girl shows up, there's music playing just to set the vibe right.
Like,
And also for us, just set the mood. You know, I just play like fun 80s stuff and kind of just good stuff for for photography. Like imagine if you're taking pictures and like what you'd play during a photo
so when the
shoot.
girl walks in, there's music
Yes.
playing. Do you tailor the music to the girl.
Sometimes, if I'm
like
being
you're
honest.
like, oh, this girl's coming.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this on.
Sometimes, if I
Okay.
know them well and I
Okay.
know what they're into, I'll lean into their style.
Okay. I think Uber drivers do that sometimes. They see who's coming in and they're like, oh, I bet this person likes this. Except they're not having sex with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then once the scene partner arrives, we all say, hi, how you doing? If it's someone new, it's nice to meet you. If it's someone we've seen before, it's, hey, good to see you again. And we sit down and we do the very, very exciting, wild thing that is called paperwork. And we fill out all the appropriate forms. We cross all the T's and dot the I's and do all the due diligence of that. And once we do that, then usually the girl will kind of pull out the clothes she's brought, that potential outfits, underwear, whatever she wants to wear. And Owen will talk with her and decide like what she's going to wear in the scene. Usually, I'm not a part of that decision.
Right.
That's since Owen is the director, it's more a conversation between the two of them. And once that's all set and picked up, the girl, if she needs to do any last minute bathroom things or prep or anything, she'll kind of just get all ready, put on the outfit, and then Owen will take some pictures of her like Playboy style
On his medium format camera, right?
I mean, I
Is
don't
that
know,
what's
it's a camera.
He always talks about his medium format.
Maybe it's I don't know.
Or he used to.
I don't. It's a nice camera. I don't know what kind of camera it is, but it's not a phone. It's a nice camera, and then he will take pictures of me having sex with the girl first, just the two of us, and then when there's enough of those photos done, then he will also start having sex with the girl, and now it's a threesome. But he's got such long arms. He still is taking the photos.
He's like his own selfie
So if you
stick.
see those photos of the three of us having a threesome, Owen is still taking the pictures. He's just also fucking, and he's got long arms, and it works.
He makes it
perfectly.
look easy, but it's not.
So once all the photos are done, then it's just cool. Let's just fuck.
Right.
And
fuck.
and then we set up
Right.
the video camera and we have fucking awesome sex for 45 minutes, somewhere around there, and call it a day. We're almost always
But then
done.
after that's done, I mean, I'm sure the girl showers or she doesn't, and she goes home, whatever. Then what about after?
Well, and then after, if I got something going on, I go do it. If he has something going on, he goes and does it. Sometimes we go to the gym together afterwards. Sometimes we'll go see
The rock
a movie.
climbing gym, right?
Sometimes we'll go have dinner. I mean, it kind of depends on just the night. But yeah, we'll either hang out and go out together, or if we have individual things going on, we do that. And then repeat. It's
Do
like
you sleep on the couch and he sleeps on the bed?
we stay in different places all the time, so it really just depends.
Okay.
But I usually let him pick whatever he wants, and I just take second
The last time you stayed
because I love him so much. I want him to have the best
Well, yeah, and he's
sleeping
the
arrangement in the
boss.
house. And he's the boss. So
He's the boss.
And that's a day in the life of me and Owen Gray.
Yeah. Do you guys usually eat tacos for dinner?
I mean, we eat various things. Sometimes if we are in an area that tacos are around, yeah, we've been known to eat some tacos.
Yeah. The tacos in LA are pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just imagined you guys eating tacos. And it's kind of funny because when you go and you do these trips with Owen, we check in with each other and stuff, but we don't. You're like with your other husband, or your husband. So
I mean, I don't know if I'd call Owen a boyfriend, but we have
a best friend.
We have a very special friendship, and I cherish it sincerely, and I'll be very serious for a minute, and like I'm very grateful for him as a friend as well as a good partner in a scene.
Yeah. Are you tearing up?
Do you want me to? No.
No, it just looked like you were tearing up.
It's just all so emotional.
Oh.
All right.
Well, anyway.
There you go.
Yes.
There's my exciting day with Owen Gray
Hey, I wanted to
and the
hear it.
threesomes that we had.
A lot of people out there will want to hear it, but I wanted to hear it, so I did. So you said it. Anyway, that's that.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about your adventures with Owen another time, or my adventures with Owen. Because I've known him for a very long time. I think he's a wonderful person. Anyway, yeah, and we all ate Taiwanese food last time he was here.
Yeah, it was delicious.
It was delicious. That was actually my first time eating specifically Taiwanese food.
Okay.
Yeah. So I learned a lot that day. Anyway, yeah. Okay. Well, I think that concludes this episode. Oh yeah, I didn't really do the news. Should I do the news today?
We have this story about the TikToker.
Yeah.
Who says you should have sex with your date the first time you go out.
Yeah, let's just do it. And if this is 2 episodes, it's 2 episodes. Or it's just a long one. We're all good. Okay. All right. Well, I think that was a beautiful story. That was a beautiful story. Thank you for telling us about your shoot day. Speaking of dates, it is, I guess a video went viral on TikTok, right? Where a girl was talking about how it's very important to have sex on the first date, right? This video has since then been taken off TikTok.
It does, but this is the girl.
This is the girl. Oh, there's a screenshot from the TikTok video that did exist. I did see it. But that's not the video. That's just a screenshot, right?
Right.
Okay. Anyway.
What's the gist of the story? I don't have TikTok. I'm old and lame. What's the story here?
The story here is that a girl made a TikTok basically imploring people, like warning, have sex on the first date, something like that, right? Which is usually the opposite advice that people tell you. So, and the reason for that was because she, connected with someone, waited the appropriate amount of time to have sex with someone, after 3 dates or something like that? She
says here 10 to 15 dates before they actually had sex.
Here I was thinking 3. I was like, she waited a while, like 3. Anyway, she waited 10 to 15 dates.
We waited
to
3.
have sex. We waited 3, so that's why
we had sex on the third
date. We had sex on the third date, and I thought I was being like so good, like I was holding out.
I was surprised
for
actually.
so long. I thought I was
I thought it was going to happen more around like 8 to 10 dates.
Oh. I tried.
I mean, I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
I tried. No, but I thought she actually
I was trying
had
to be a
good point.
gentleman. Well, sorry, back to the TikToker.
I was trying to not be a whore. But
she's saying be a whore.
She's saying be a whore.
Why?
And honestly, I agree with her. Because after she did have sex with this guy, he was into all sorts of stuff that she just wasn't into. She specifically said he had a breeding kink?
So he was asking her about
like getting her pregnant, right?
Yeah. While they were having sex.
I think that's kind of hot, but I don't know.
That's a big kink.
But that is.
But if it's not your kink, then...
right? Also, and even though I am a little more advanced, I guess, than your average person, I think springing that on the first date is still a lot, even for a whore like me. I think if you did that on our very first time having sex, and especially if it just like came out of left field, like they've already been on
context
10,
to it,
right? If they've been on 10 to 15 dates and this never came up, if on date 11 the whole night they're talking about breeding kinks.
Can you imagine after the first day they had a nice dinner, they just watched like the fucking Mario Brothers movie. And she's like,
the 15th date, nonetheless.
What about did you like that Jack Black played King Koopa? And he's like, I want to get you fucking pregnant. Come here. Whoa.
Right. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Not that the kink is weird, but it's weird to just throw it out there without any...
It is something to, yeah.
I think in general, for most sort of kinkier sides of sexuality, a little contact, a little just don't surprise people with shit like that. Like, I think a little bit of like, hey, this is what I'm into, and I don't know when that conversation is supposed to take place in a relationship, but you can't just,
unless you're meeting at a specific kink party or website or message board or something.
But if you go out on a date and you don't speak about your kinks, maybe don't just loudly, show them off the very first time unless you feel really confident.
Yeah,
I don't know. I actually don't know. We've been together so long. I don't have sex with people who, when I'm not being recorded and being kind of told what we're doing. So I don't really know how it would be to go on a date and then surprise someone with some crazy shit.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely.
I'm also boring. I don't. My you want to know my kink is fucking having your attention and having some affection. My kink is very boring. It's like having romantic, slow, affectionate makeout sex. And I know you're rolling your eyes right now. Joanna's kinks are like the opposite end of the world.
You know what? Is the breeding guy available?
Yeah.
Because clearly it didn't work out with the two of them. So if he's available, I'll take it.
So she was mostly upset because she spent months getting to know him and getting like a personal, emotional connection, and then she was extremely turned off by his kink.
Right. And you know what? I do remember, when we first went on a date. I mean, I did want to have sex pretty soon because I did know after the first few hours that we spent together that we clicked mentally. I was like, all right, he's laughing at my jokes.
You thought I had a small dick.
Well, I was.
Be honest.
I did think you have a small. I thought you had one. I mean, and it's kind of difficult because if you're a guy that's really into girls with big boobs or girls with big butts, you kind of know right away.
You can get a preview even with clothes on.
Yeah, you would know. Is this girl my type or not? And that doesn't mean that a guy that likes girls with big tits is like a terrible person. This is just like sexually what he likes. What? I don't.
You like what you like.
Yeah, you like what you like.
But what you're saying is, unlike big boobs or a big ass, the dick can be hidden like you can't always tell just by looking at.
And if a guy came out with like a big bulge, that's douchey, And if a guy sent you a dick pic before a date, that's also douchey. Right. So there's really no way to tell. And you can't. I think we should normalize just being able to ask. Just like, so what's the size of your dick? Like it's just because what if you happen to really like big dicks? And it's not big, then what happens? You don't want to be in a relationship where you're not sexually excited. Then you're going to have issues.
Yeah, I agree. Is your phone on?
No.
So professional.
No,
it's probably another dick rating coming through.
It's a dick rating. Ding, ding, ding. It's a breeding guy. He knew I was talking about him.
Boy.
He's in my DMs being like, I'm here. Anyways, I actually, even though hearing it at first sounds like something different than it is, I do think it's a good idea. Like if you're an adult and you're sexually active, I don't know. I think after 3 dates, even 2 dates is totally fine. Yeah, I think once you're, I don't know, an adult, like, in your later 20s, like, if you click with someone mentally after the first date, you just know. I mean, there could be things about them you don't know. There could be red flags that you find out later on or whatever, but if you click with someone. So you need to see if you click with someone physically, or else maybe you guys should just be friends. It's perfectly fine.
You know what they should invent is like, how when you go to a concert, they have a metal detector that can like they should have one that's kind of like an X-ray machine that you can wave over the dude's jeans, and he doesn't even have to no invasion of privacy. It doesn't have to give you an image, but it should give you like a number, like a readout, like ring. Oh, that's 7. That's 8.
Right.
That's 9.
Because what if the guy is huge and the girl really doesn't like big dicks,
then,
or even physically can't handle big dicks? I mean, then what are you going to do?
But I also think that my idea is flawed because you're probably going to be waving it all the time over the dick when it's soft. So first you'd have to be like, bro, get a boner inside your jeans and let me wait.
Yes.
All right. You know what? Never mind. I don't think I have the solution. Right. I don't have an answer.
Yeah. I guess this episode is dicks. The episode's all about dicks, Right. We started with dicks. We ended with dicks.
The big ones, the little ones, the groomed, the ungroomed.
Yeah. Dicks, and stuff. A lot of dicks in this episode.
Blink-182.
Blink-182. They do. They say so many dick jokes.
So there you go. All right.
So many dick jokes.
Dicks.
Yeah.
Want to say it one more time?
Dicks.
Yeah.
Dicks. D-I-C. Dicks, plural. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so the moral of the story is have sex sooner rather than later. I mean, you might fall into the friend zone, with each other and then just be friends. But yeah.
But either way, you'll know what he's packing.
Yeah. And also, discuss your kinks with someone if they're...
Someone? Just anyone? Nope. I'm going to step in here and say, do not take that advice.
With your Uber driver, your postman.
Do not walk into the
With
bodega
your,
and start discussing
the guy at CVS, yeah, with your accountant. Discuss your kinks with everyone and anyone, with your parents.
Oh my God. No, stop.
If you have very strong, no, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I did burp. I burped.
Jesus.
Don't surprise a kink on someone.
That's a good one.
Yes.
We'll go with that.
Make sure they consent to it first, and make sure they're into it first.
Yeah.
Because breeding man, she wasn't into it. But other people out there might be sitting there unable, other women out there might be like not able to ever have an orgasm because their partner doesn't talk about getting them pregnant. And you guys could be together having great sex, but instead you're not. And that would just a little bit of honest discussion could have, everyone, it could have made everyone happier.
And I think a key thing to remember is if you have a kink and it's weird, and as long as it's not,
I don't like to use the word weird.
Or sorry, it's a little bit
abnormal.
It's a little bit not what most are into.
Rare?
Chances are, though, that there is someone in this big, beautiful world who also has the same thing, and you just got to find your people. That's all.
It sounds like maybe you should take this girl on a date, and I should go on a date with the girl that was...
Oh, the one who doesn't like the breeding kink.
Yeah, it sounds like she would like some nice romantic sex. And, maybe with you and Owen, and I should go on a date with the guy that wanted to.
She's very attractive.
Yeah, I should go on the date with the guy that scared her.
Okay.
I think that's where
we'll slide into those DMs and let's see what's up.
Sounds like, everything happens for a reason. Anyway, let's end this episode with a haiku.
A haiku, for those who don't know, is a poem loosely based in Japanese origin that has 5 syllables, then 7 syllables, then 5 syllables. A 3-line poem with 5 syllables, 7 syllables, and 5 syllables.
Yeah.
Who's starting it off today?
Who is starting it off today? Me, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you're looking at me like I should start it off.
Joanna, the room only has me and you in it, so...
And Brian.
Well, Brian's like between this barrier of glass.
We like to live the last line for Brian, I think. Right?
He always brings it home.
He brings it home,
all right, start it off.
Okay, so 5. 2 dicks are great fun.
Hey-o!
2 dicks are great fun.
Cool.
Whew.
Okay, now I got 7. So 2 dicks are great fun.
Are you writing this down, Brian? One day we're going to put out a book of poetry, and it's going to be part of everyone's English class curriculum.
Fuck on the first date. See dick.
Okay. 2 dicks, right? Okay.
2 dicks make me happy.
No, first 2 dicks are...
It was your line.
Great.
What was it? 2 dicks are great.
Yeah.
Fuck on the first date. See dick. Brian?
Blink is for boomers.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Say it ain't so.
Well, let's take our fucking boomer asses home.
Made that the first line. Say it ain't so. Man.
Anyway,
we should have just spelled out a Blink-182
This
song.
has
Say
been
it ain't so.
the greatest show in the history of shows.
Definitely.
And
Absolutely.
we are old horny boomers. And we're out.
Yeah.